Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final day of this tournament. Once again, my name is Domagoy. Nickname in game is going to be Skydodo. I am the host of this tournament, as you know by now. Today we are in the final stage. We have two teams participating in the finals. Team Not Balance versus Team Yonkel Diff. Today I have with me before the start of the match both team captains. On Team Not Balance we have Luca playing on Assist Digital, and on Team Yonkel Diff we have Fat Child Cookie as well, named Luca. So, let's start with Luca Fetchel Cookie. What are your predictions for this game and how are you feeling so far in this tournament? What do you want the guys to know? Share to the stream.
So, yeah, I'm feeling great. I think this will be a good match, a great match, a fair match after all. You never know, we may have lost to them before, but you know how they say, until the Nexus blows up, everything is possible until the last call is made. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that who blows the Nexus first will be the better team. Our team will leave the heart out on the field. We will do our best. We will play with heart. We will play together. We will play as a team, and I think we will be the better team. I would wish our opponents luck, but in case, I just hope everyone has fun, and in the end, I hope we will be the ones that blow the Nexus up. Thank you.
Thank you for the brief commentary on your team, Fetchel Cookie, Luca. Now, the other Luca, Assist Digital. What are your predictions for this game? How are you feeling so far in this tournament? You pulled out some pretty nice combos on mid lane and putting your AP carry in the bot lane. So is this going to be a strat for the following game as well?
Well, interesting that you ask. First off, I want to say thank you so much for having me here. Kind of hard to go to go after Luca's honorable mentions here, but yeah, I wish the same. We're feeling great. We're very hyped, happy to play this game. We are also really looking forward to see who the victor of the tournament will be. Aside from that, when it comes to the gameplay style and our team compositions, it has actually been an interesting strat choice. It's not meta or anything game defining, definitely. We've been focused more on actually playing our off roles until now. Looking forward to, let's say, instead of pushing our strengths, trying to hide and cover up our weaknesses in a way, so to speak. So maybe we'll change things up this game. Maybe we won't. We'll see. It'll come down to the draft picks.
To the draft picks, indeed. Wonderful. Thank you so much, to both of the team captains for giving me a brief insight into their play style. Thank you guys so much. I would like to thank you as well for participating in this tournament. As we speak, I currently invited all of you to the custom game, so please tell your teams that Team Not Balanced is on the left side and Team Yonko Dave is going to be on the right side. After the first game, we're going to switch up the sides so that one of the teams always plays on a different side on the next match. Thank you so much, guys. I wish you the best of luck, and we're gonna call you again at the end of this tournament when the winner has been pronounced. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you on the Rift.
Thank you so much, Todo. Last thing I want to say, this tournament will be for my sister. Let's do this.
Any last words for you, Fetcha Cookie? Thank you so much, Luca.
Yeah, this game will also be for his sister. Let's do this.
Excellent, excellent choice of words. Now let's dive into the action. Thank you so much, guys, and let's see who gets the bigger win in this tournament. Okay, let's wait until the teams assemble. We still are waiting for one more player, and that is Assist Digital. Where is Assist Digital? Let's see. Currently not online. Let's wait until this player, the team captain, Luca, logs into his account so we can start off with the first game of today. I'm just do a quick checkup. Oh, here we are. Here is this is digital, ready to rock it all up. Let's give it a little check. Is everyone ready? Okay. The game is going to start shortly and we're going to enter the picking and ban phase for this very first match of today. Here we go, guys. Banning for Team Not Balanced is going to be Dr. Melka, and banning for Team Yonkel Diff is going to be Matt the Fire. What are they going to ban in this tournament? In this very first match, a Yumi ban for Team Not Balanced. Interesting choice. It's pretty targeted to Snowflake, who played her yesterday, versus Team Randoms. Oh, this is the first game ban targeted to the jungle player Luka Novak of Team Not Balanced. What's going to be the second ban for Not Balanced? The blue team. We have a Kale ban. Redowns being known for her Kale, ignoring human contact until the 30th minute and then starts to pop off. Next on the ban list for Yonkel Diff. It's going to be Hecarim. Interesting choice, since we did not see Hecarim being played in this tournament so far. What's going to be the last ban for Not Balanced until we start picking the first couple of champions?
I don't blame you.
We have a Nila ban. And the last ban for Yonkel Diff is going to be Ziggs. Let's see what I'm going to pick first. Dr. Melka picking for Team Not Balanced. What is his champion of choice for this very first match? He's going to pick up the Veigar from the first game that he played on this tournament. Here we have another Rammus game for Matt the Fire, playing the jungler role for his team. Let's see what is the team captain going to pick in this one. Fat Child Cookie next up. We have an Ezreal pick. Fat Child Cookie being notorious for his Ezreal, that's also his most played champion in his roster. Next up, picking for Team Not Balanced is going to be Luka Novak. Let's see what is his champion of choice for this very game. It's going to be Jax. And the last pick is going to be Psyche. Let's see, what do you guys think is going to be the champion of choice? Is it going to be Teemo again? Or is he going to pick up Garen like in the last game? It's going to be Garen. Yes, a Garen locked in for this match. What's going to be the last pick for Team Yonkel Diff? We have a Ornn being hovered. And it's going to be a Lux pick at the end. Next up, banning for the red team, Matt the Fire.
You don't have the heart for this.
We have Evolution Band targeted towards Assist Digital playing. He played it in the last match, pulled off a pretty good game.
I must not fall.
We have the bands are in. We have a Leona band for Team Not Balanced together with Orn, and Lucian band together with a Lulu band for Team Yonkel Diff. We have Shin picked up on the top lane for the red team, Soraka support for the blue team. Let's see who's going to be Assist Digital's final pick for the mid lane. Let's see if he makes up his mind. There we go, it's a Jinx. And what's going to be the final pick for their support? Snowflake. What is going to be her champion of choice? Deciding between Blitzcrank or Thresh in this one. And I guess it's going to be Thresh locked in for Snowflake. Let's see, guys, what's gonna happen in this very first match of today. We have very targeted bans towards both teams. They picked up some champions that they haven't played in this tournament so far. So let's see, who are your bets on? What is going to be your prediction for this very first game of today? Here we have the final countdown. As per usual, going to put up some music, wait for the 3-minute timer to pass by, and we can go ahead and start watching the game. And we are loading into the very first game of today. Yonkel Diff versus Team Not Balanced. Let's see how this match is going to play out so far.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Here we see the players going into the bot lane, trying to get a potential dive. Maybe a potential kill on one of the players. He looks in the queue, trying to go onto the Soraka, getting ignited, flashed out, using barrier as well. This is a very interesting start so far.
Minions have spawned.
Here we see dropping some emotes. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Bot lane helping the Rammus get his first buff. Getting another help from the top laner Garen on the Jax. Let's see who's gonna get on top in this one. Both team captains are playing the AD carry roles for their teams. Assist Digital on the Jinx and Fat Child Cookie on the Ezreal. You have a Garen versus Shen on the top lane, throwing down the Q. Decides to back off. We also saw Thresh missing a hook on the bot lane right there. Playing pretty safe so far. Here we have Soraka hitting another Q onto the enemy. Here we hear Shen going in, taunting the enemy. Garen decides to throw the Q, throw the E, spinning around like a Beyblade. Decides to back off, getting pretty low on health. Thresh missing another Q on the Jinx right there. So far we have a free CS lead on the Jinx versus the Ezreal. Ezreal being chunked down a bit, but let's just remember that they have Soraka on the blue team, so trying to kill them is going to be pretty hard. We see the wave being pushed in. Shen decided to come to the mid lane, paying a visit to the Veigar, who tries to farm up safely. We have the Thresh throwing another hook, hitting a minion. Maybe that specific minion gave some troubles to the Thresh. Let's see what's going to happen here. We have Rammus being on the top side, getting the. We have Thresh hitting another hook on the Jinx, getting her pretty low. We see Rammus being here as well, throwing down the W, trying to slow him, but gets away. Soraka getting there pretty close. Bit too close to comfort. Thresh hits the hook. Here we have Jax going in, decides to stun them both, and that's the first blood for the Sorakas being flashed in. This is going to be another kill. And that is going to be 2 kills for none for That's a very interesting flash from the Garen, predicting the E there from the Shen. Very smart move from Psyche. Excellently, very well played. Bot lane using most of the summoners, but getting a hit. Here we have Jax farming up the creeps that have been left there as a gift from his AD carry, from the Jinx. Mid lane doing good so far, nothing extraordinary happening here. Here we see Garen going the same strategy as yesterday. He's going to rush the attack speed boots versus the Shen. I'm really interested in what Shen is going to do. He has a global ultimate where he can teleport to one of his teammates and shield him for a brief duration. We have Lux dishing out a bit of damage. Vega not being able to farm up his minions right there. Not having any mana as well. Here we see Garen going in, this Shen decides to taunt away. Keep in mind that Garen is currently level 6, he has the potential to dish out some damage towards his lane opponent and finish him off. We have a hook on the Jinx, here we have Thresh going in. Soraka throwing down the silence, is this going to be enough for the kill? Flash flashing in. Getting hit by the tower, and that is going to be another kill for the AD carry of the not balanced team. Are they going to go for the Ezreal here? Jax decides to farm up the wave. Very interesting choice from the Thresh right there to flash into the tower range, trying to get a kill off on the Jinx. Forgot that he did not have Ignite. Also keep in mind that Jinx was on low HP, but Soraka is the kind of support who sacrifices a portion of her own health to be able to heal his ally. This looks pretty blue favored for now. Garen decides to go in, dishing out the Beyblade once again. Shen did not go back for the last 7 minutes. He's probably going to have a very big paycheck. Get himself some nice items. If we have Ramos going top, taunting the Garen. Shen decides to go in. Is this going to be a kill for the red team, the first one today? Garen decides not to move anywhere, accepted his defeat, said go ahead and take me. That's a kill for the red team, and it was a very interesting one. Shen decides to go back, not to push in the wave. He's gonna come back there with a bit of items, and he's going to be a bit harder to kill. Both mid laners using teleports here. We also have Ezreal here who focused on buying a healing reduction item. If I have looks into the queue, throwing down the ulti. Decides to back off, did not have enough damage to kill off his lane opponent. We see Soraka clearing out wards, throwing down his own, warding up the Drake, and we have Jax hovering around mid lane to be able to make something happen. Red team is pretty aware of that. Throws a hook, misses. Here we have Ezreal going into with the E. Is this going to be a kill for the blue team? Gets ulted by Shen. We're gonna see 5 players here from the red team, and this is probably going to get them some kills. Here we have Jax getting ulted, tries to use the blasting cone, gets away. Is this going to be another kill? And here we have once again the Thresh getting deleted, this time not by the Jinx. Here we have Jinx getting another kill. Is this going to be another one? And that's a shutdown. Here we have Veigar popping up the damage, getting 2 kills in this fight so far. This looked pretty good for the red team. And somehow the blue team managed to get the upper hand with their ground control and players being ahead. Garen deciding to not invest his time into this fight since he cannot come there in the first place and is pushing out the top tower, getting some solo experience and solo gold as well. Decides to back off, not knowing where his lane opponent is or the jungler. This looked very interesting so far, that engage onto the Jax, who at the end managed to survive with just a sliver of health. Let's see what their bot lane is going to do now. They are currently even in farm, but down 2 deaths on the AD carry on Ezreal and 3 deaths on the support. Here we have Thresh throwing down the hook, getting the Jinx. Most of the time when Thresh does that, he gets deleted from the damage on Jinx, I'm sorry, and that was a very nice try to pulverize the Ezreal, but he decides to E away. We have Veigar dropping down the stun. Is this going to be another kill? Minions blocked him away a bit. Very unfortunate. This Jinx is dishing out a lot of damage, having half of an item. Thresh tries to freeze the wave in front of the tower, but Jinx says no, not today. We have Beyblade Garen once again, dipping down the damage on the minions, pushing in the wave. Currently in these statistics we have the blue team up ahead for 2.5 thousand gold. They took the Drake here as well. And Garen said bonk on the head with his sword, silencing him in the process. We have Rammus going on the top lane once again. Is this going to be another kill for the red team? Garen flashed away, gets taunted as well, but still gets out alive of that one. We have Lux on Redowns, almost getting deleted by the Veigar. Decides to back off. Garen said once again, bonkers to the head, you're not going to get your HP back or the gold from the minions. Shen being below 30 farm, deciding to help out his team and ult close to the Drake. Rammus being on the top lane, being pretty focused on getting some kills for the Shen. Well, this looks very obvious that their jungler is top lane, Shen just not moving around. Is this going to be a potential kill? Gets ulted, decides just to walk away from that fight. It's always interesting to watch when you try to kill a tank. You have a hook on the Soraka, Thresh slipping out the damage. Is this going to be another death for the Ezreal? And yeah, I already thought that Jinx would get out of that one alive, but gets shut down by the golden whip from the Thresh. He was like, no, you're not gonna go away. Gives him a bonk on the head. Cashing in that gold. 300 gold coins for his pocket. Getting a crucial shutdown. You have Veigar getting hit by the Q. Is this going to be a flash in with the... And that was a wonderful play. 2 flashes being used. That flash from the Veigar was a bit overkill in my opinion. But better be safe than sorry, you know how they say it. Dropping out the ulti on the Lux head. Saying you're not gonna get out of this one alive. Dropping down the Herald in the mid lane. Let's see if they're going to be able to finish off this tower. Look at this creature. Looks like an insect. And they get the first tower. Dropping down the stun onto the Rammus. Rammus decides to... Ooh. This is a bit questionable from the Jax right there. Getting killed. Most damage dealt was by the tower. Let's just remember, the more times the tower hits you, the more damage you're gonna get out of it. Jax having no kills, just assists so far. Finished the Blade of the Ruined King, which is not a very bad choice in this matchup so far. Well, I guess the blue team doesn't like Thresh that much. They just decide to poke him down with full force. So far, the Jinx has her first item completed. It's the Kraken Slayer. So let's see how the bot lane is going to be played out. Most of the junglers focused on their bot lanes so far, except Rammus, who focused on the Shen at the top lane, trying to get him ahead. Ken decides to say once again, bonk. It is going to be a collapse on the Jinx right there. Is she going to get away? Ooh, that was very interesting. Here we have the Jax going in. And that's going to be another cleanup for the Jinx. Here comes the cleanup crew. Is this going to be the third kill of today? And this is just beautifully played. Beautifully, really beautiful played by the Jax, who counter jungled this one 2 times so far. Very good strategic plays seen from Team Not Balanced. And this is going to be the second drink of the game, going in the hands of the blue team. Angerslav decides not to go in there, decides to dash away. And here we have Veigar going on to the top lane. Is this going to be a stun? And that is another kill for the blue team. So like I said, no, this is what happens when you don't have a jungler who comes and supports you. Bunks him down with the Justice. Gets another kill to get his team ahead. That was a very unfortunate flash from the Shen right there, thinking that the ult is not going to be enough to kill him off. But here we are in the grey screen simulator being respawned. Here Garrett overstayed his welcome, being focused down by the Rammus and the Lux, getting tower damage, and the Rammus decides to give the way for the Lux. Very unfortunate. Here we have Veigar on the mid lane, dropping down some Christmas music. Here goes Thresh. Is this going to be the hook? Hook misses, unfortunately. Here we have Lux trying to decide to face tank. Almost killed the Ezreal right there. Very unfortunate. It's just to remember the damage is currently this, but it can get higher. Veigar is the type of champion who has scaling abilities. Well, not just scaling abilities. He has a scaling passive where the longer the game goes on, the more minions he kills with his abilities, the more ability power he gets and deals more damage at the end. In this current stage, we are close to the 20-minute mark. We're going to go into the mid phase of this match so far. Team Not Balanced up ahead for almost 6,000 gold, 4 kills, 2 objectives. Let's see how the red team is going to recover from this one. Jinx, knowing pretty well where they are, decides to drop a W down. Here we have Rammus cleaning up some wards. And what's going to be the focus here to see the Garen in the top lane, who's alone. Is this going to be a collapse on him? Here we have Thresh throwing down the ult. They have a pretty good CC chain right there, and that is another dead Garen, unfortunately for the blue team. Is this going to be a steal? And that is indeed Was that a steal from the Jinx? Let's see that once again in slow motion. What did she do? She throws down the ulti, knowing pretty sure that the Rammus is doing the red buff. Rammus decides not to smite it, and boom! Jinx goes ahead and takes that one. Very interesting. Let's see how the game goes on so far. We have a kill on the Lux for the Jax. Jax unfortunately dies right there. Training 1-for-1. Team is playing very good so far. The blue team is still up ahead for 5,000 gold. Garen has not left the top lane in this 20 minutes so far. This is going to be a call of Rammus, decides to flash away, totally ignoring that he has a Thresh who was there dropping down the lantern for him so he can get away. Nevertheless, that was a very good engage. You had Ezra being stunned. Vega dropping down the cage. Fortunately didn't hit anyone. And this is a stolen buff. Is it a stolen buff? Yes it is. I saw that the Ezreal decided to ult there. Dragon is gonna be spawned very soon. Let's see who's gonna take it this time. We have 4 players here on the bottom side of the map, Shen being top lane, but let's remember that he still has ulti up, which means that he can teleport to anyone of his team that is currently live, giving them a big ass shield. Here, Jinx getting caught out. Hit with the Lux Q, Lux ult. That's going to be a hook on the Soraka. Decides to go in. Rammus fortunately dying. Thresh being here pretty alone. The Garen finally decided to join in on the fight. Gets 3 kills. Saka gets 1. The Jax, Luka Nova gets 1. And here we have Assist Digital trying to finish off the Thresh, who decided to say no thank you and flashes away. Let's see if this is going to be the Baron call for the blue team. They get themselves the 3rd Drake of this match in 22 minutes, and that is going to be the Baron call. Pretty sure this is going to be 50-50 since both of the junglers are alive. The red team also has that warded. Here we have Jax going in. Who is gonna take this one? And the blue team got it with 2 players being in there. Lux throwing down the ulti. Here we have the Rammus running down for the Jinx, who gets shut down by the Lux. Vega decides to prolong his death, but still gave up the kill towards Lux. Very good call. Fortunately, the red team has a lot of damage, especially in the Lux, who performs pretty well so far. Has 2 items, 5-3 on the scoreboard. They still have 2 players who have the Baron buff, which is going to help them push some of the lanes. Jax trying to go inside there, dodges the Lux Q. Jax doing a pretty good job so far, being up on farm, has 2 full items, while the Rammus has 3 deaths, 4 assists, 1 kill, with not a single completed item so far. Jax Jax trying to get as much jungle camps as he can. Here we see Ezreal peacefully farming the Grump for his gold sack. Jax decides to push the bottom lane, knowing for sure that he has the buff. And he decides to collapse onto the Ezreal, who gets ulted by the Shen. Here we have 4 players on the bottom lane. And that is that going to be a kill? And that is going to be a kill for the red team, sacrificing their base for this very single kill. This is a very good move that the Garen is tanking the tower, since when the minions are not dead, the tower takes more damage. This is not going to be a very fair trade for the red team. They get 1 kill, but they lose 2 inhibitors for this fight. Team Not Balance playing a very good mind game so far, being up ahead for 8,000 gold in this stage in the 25-minute mark. Jake's getting all the resources that she can. Has 2 completed items and looking to get the 3rd one done, I'm pretty sure, now as she recalls back. And that is going to be the 3rd item, the Infinity Edge. Let's see what the red team is gonna do. They have 2 towers down, 2 inhibitors down. The only tower that is standing is on the bottom lane right here, who is currently getting pushed by the Vega at this very moment. If I have Trash being caught out, is this going to be another kill? And he hits the blasting cone and gets away. Jax says, no thank you, you're gonna go down with me. And is this going to be another kill for the Jinx? Indeed. Oof, this is very interesting. Jinx decides to just go in, run them down. Looks trying to get away, flashes, but it was not enough. Rammus taunting the Vega right here, running into the stun. Gets deleted by the full combo of this little Yordle. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to be match point for the blue team, for Not Balance. And here we are finishing off the Nexus, and game number 1 is gonna go into the favor of Team Not Balanced. What an exciting game so far. What an exciting series, pardon me, so far. Very interesting choice of actions here. Dishing out the most damage was on Jinx. Right there. Excellent, excellently played by everyone. Both teams played pretty well, but I guess team Yonkel Diff had the worst outcome of the both. Let's invite him to another game. And now we're gonna play a game. Final game number 2. Let's invite the players once again, then we're gonna ask them if they want a little break, or we can start off the second game right away. Here we have the teams assembling up. Let's wait up for the rest of the players to join in. Let's give them a quick question. One of the players asked for 7-minute break. Okay guys, let's give these players a bit of time to chill off. Going to put up the music once again. Get yourself some coffee, and we're gonna be right back.
Olives had a major run. Maraschino cherries, major run. No one had a run like limes. No one.
again to kick off the second game of today. So let's see if all the players are ready so we can kick off the second one. Let's check if all the players are ready to go into the second phase, the second game of today. For now, Team Not Balance is leading with 1 victory so far. So we run into some issues, it seems like. Here we are in the second pick and ban phase for the second match. Let's see what are the teams going to ban out now.
Fear the shadows.
Here we have another Kane ban, targeted towards the jungler of the red team in this very match. Another Kale ban for Team Not Balanced. Vega ban for Yonkel Diff. Bans are going in pretty fast.
More of a dog person, huh?
Here we have another Yumi ban for the Team Not Balanced. Hecarim ban for Team Yonkel Diff. And what's going to be the final ban for the red team before we kick off this champ select for the first 3 champions? What's going to be the ban of choice for this second match?
I don't blame you.
It's going to be Neela. Similar, exactly the same bans, just like in the previous match. Here we have Fat Child Cookie locking in Jinx to take it away from the Team Not Balanced. Let's see who's going to be the first pick for here we have a Seraph pick for Team Not Balanced for Luka Novak. This is Digital, the team captain. Luka, what is he going to pick in this match? We have a Elise pick for him. Very interesting choice. I think they switched up their compositions a little bit. Reed Owens is going to pick Vex into the Seraph. Let's see how that is going to play out. Next up on line is Matt the Fire. Is he again going to pick up the Rammus? You have a set pick for Matt the Fire. Probably going to go hang out on the top lane. And here we have a Ziggs pick for Team Not Balanced. What's going to be the next 2 bans for Team Not Balanced? First up, banning for the red team, Luka Novak.
I must not fall.
It's going to be Leona. What's going to be banned for the red team? Fat Child Cookie banning for his team. What's going to be banned out here? 2 minutes left, 2 seconds left, second left. Here comes the Soraka ban. Targeted towards the support of Not Balanced, picking usually Enchanter supports to heal his lane colleague. And the final game, the final ban, excuse me, for not balanced is going to be what, 5 seconds left on the timer. What's going to be the final ban? Here we have a trash ban. Very, very support oriented bans for the red team, not balanced here, picking off most of the champions that Snowflake has played in this tournament so far. Let's see what's going to be picked by Sivadrama. Josipa playing the support for his team. We have a hovering Lulu. Is this going to be a Lulu lock-in? Nangerslav decides to pick up Zach, and actually Sivadrama decides to go with the Tarek here into their team composition. Snowflake picking up Lulu for his team. And what is going to be the last and final pick for Saike? Is he going to go with the Garen again? Hovering Garen, is this going to be the lock-in? And here we have a lock-in with the Garen on the top lane. So far, my predictions are the AD carry is going to be Jinx, together with Lulu on the bot lane, Vex playing mid, Seth playing top lane, and Zac playing in the jungle for the blue team, Yonkel Diff, and for the red team, not balanced, we're gonna have to see Seraph on the mid lane, Elise in the jungle, Ziggs on the bot lane as the AP carry, Tarek the support, and Garen on the top lane. Once again, when the timer hits 0, I'm going to put up some music. You can wait together with me for 3 minutes, and then the second game of today is going to kick off. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching. Here you are, people. The timer hit 0. We are going to be straight back when the match is going to start. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in the second game of today. We have Yonkel Diff versus Not Balanced so far. Not Balanced has one victory up their sleeve. So let's see how this game is going to play out for both of these teams.
With ascension comes killer move.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Let's see who is going to be the winner in this upcoming match.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
We see both teams trying to get an invade in. The blue team being on the top lane and the red team being focused on the bot lane. Fortunately, none of these players are going to meet each other, but we see Elise approaching them. This could be eventually they got spotted, but not enough until it deals some damage. Is this going to be a flash from one of these players trying to kick off the Elise? And that's going to be a no. They decide to back off, but Elise is going to have to recall here to get some kind of sustain. Or are they going to try and do something here? The team deciding to go back to their designated lanes. Really interested with the Tariq 6 pick in the bot lane. How is this going to plan out? So far the first couple of minutes are going to be pretty passive. Here we see Zac getting his chickens close to the mid lane. Here we have Seraph pushing in the wave. How is this going to look like? Team Not Balanced did some changes as this Digital Luca went to the jungle. Dr. Milka Philip went onto the bot lane and Luka Novak went from the jungle into the mid lane. Let's see how this is going to plan out. So far we have farm festivals. Team Blue playing pretty aggressively. Snowflake and Fat Child Cookie. Candice has to go in, knocks him on the head, silences him. Here we have Seth throwing out his W. Seraph being a nuisance towards the Vex, not giving him space to breathe. Here we have Elise going to the top lane trying to get up the set. Seth decides to flash away, but here we have the Elise using the repel, being one of the best early game junglers in this game. Elise getting the first blood for his team. Seth also used his flash, but still did not help him to get away to survive that engage from the enemy. Very well played by the red team. So far the mid lane, Seraph is having fun against this Vex, punishing her for every move. Here we have Garen going into the set. Oh, this was a very good flash, very good timed flash from the Seraph, evading the Zac, trying to get onto him. Set decides to hug his opponent. Yeah, another gauge from the Garen onto the Set. Set says no thank you. Decides to dish out a lot of damage. Garen decides to go back. It's going to be a recall from the red team. Here we have Zac going back onto the mid lane, not knowing for sure that Seraph has no flash. Is this going to be the first kill for the blue team? That is it. Reed owns the leading Luka Novak on his Seraph. Is that going to help here push up the wave? Trying to siege it into the tower. Getting a very good backup, but let's not forget that Seraph has TP. Used it to get his lead potentially back. At least taking down the Scuttle Crab onto the bot lane, finishing off a ward. Knowing for sure that their enemy bot is going to rotate towards them since they have priority. Ooh, that was a very nice engage from the Garen. Decides to ult him. Said barely surviving on a bit of health. And here comes Garen flashing in, trying to get the kill. Says tries to run away, but it is not of use. Here we have Garen getting a solo kill onto the Set, flashing into his face, giving him the Beyblade attack and finishing him off. Here we have Terry going in with the stun. Yeah, Ziggs decides to go away. Here we have Tarek. Is this going to be a kill on the AD carry? That's going to be a total support from the mid laner. Snowflake surviving at a bit of health. Pretty low. Is this going to be another kill for the red team? And that is another kill for the Elise. Playing perfect this game with her presence, with her pressure, knowing exactly where the enemy jungler is going to be and counter ganking them in this process. Is this going to be the first Drake of the game going to the red team to not balanced? And that is right, the red team is gonna try and take this away from the blue team, not knowing for sure that their jungler decided to go back since he was pretty low on HP. Their bot lane knows that they are here, but they cannot contest it in any way since they don't have smite. And that is going to be a free Drake for the red team. Perfectly played, perfectly executed by the Elise, knowing exactly where the enemy jungler is going to be and counter ganking them, helping out his team in this process. Here we have Garen going in, trying to finish up the wave. Set said, no, you're not gonna go away without being punished. Becca decides not to go back. He's just gonna see what is the Set gonna do, but this bush is boarded. He understood that from the minions that were going in to try and auto attack him. Seraph once again playing pretty aggressively in the mid lane. Zac is going to try and get an engage onto that, but Luka Novak has a sixth sense and decided to back off, but still playing. That's another flash from the Zera. Decides to sidestep the Q. Very good sidestep. This is pretty bad. Using your flash for being a immobile mage on the mid lane. He's gonna have it again in 4 seconds. 4 minutes, pardon me. Very interesting animation there. Zerf decides to ulti Vex. Is this going to be a kill? Last one misses. Doesn't know where she is, so she's gonna chill. Get a recall off. Get some potions, some life, some health back. And gonna come back onto the mid lane. We have a stun hit on the Jinx. Decides to throw an ignite onto her. This is going to be the kill for the blue team. Ooh, this was very interesting. That was a very bad play from the Elise, who decided to invade the enemy jungle without having prior, not knowing where two of the players are, giving a kill to the Set, who is gonna use that to get some gold out of this Set Garen matchup. Very interesting to see that this bot lane is playing pretty good into Jinx and Lulu. Both of them are pretty low, hugging the tower. But let's see what's gonna be happening here. Garen going into the Set. Zac coming top. He's going to assist his teammate in this one. Decides to throw down the ulti, but does not get the kill, unfortunately. Survives on a bit of health. Decided not to use anything more. That was a very interesting dive from the red team, and that's gonna be another kill for the jungler. This is Digital getting another one underneath the tower, getting the gold. Lokanovik playing pretty fine playing pretty fine for now. The blue team is going to try and get a Herald out of this. Red team not having that warded. I give them the upper hand in getting the first couple of plates or even the tower. We're gonna see what are they going to do with that. Here we have Taric being annoying to the enemy support. Here we have, this could be a potential kill on the Vex. Missed the cocoon. Nothing bad happened. Saka deciding to soak up the XP, scare his opponent off. Six missing his Q. So far the red team is up ahead for 1,500 gold. And that's a hit onto the Jinx. Six trying to deal some damage with a fully completed item. Here we have Zac going in, jumping onto the Ziggs. Here we have Seraph dropping down the ulti, assisting. Ziggs dropping down his ulti. Ooh, this was very close, a very good Q hit. And the Jinx is going to survive on 80 HP. Trying to get a recall off. And yeah, they cannot recall, this is being pushed in. Zac is again at the same spot, ult from the Lulu onto the Zac. But the Elise is very close to that. Probably going to go there. Ooh, that's a very good Q hit from the Ziggs. Smashing the Yoral into the ground. Oh, a lot of pressure into the mid lane on Reed Owns. Lukanova doing his thing, being a lane bully in this matchup. Very nice. Ziggs being notorious. Ziggs being Dr. Melka's personal pick, and then here we see the dunk down judgments from the Garen onto the Set, who overstayed his welcome onto the top lane. This could be another potential free Drake for the red team. Here has Zach prioritizing top lane, trying to get a kill onto the Garen. Garen just walks away, says thank you for the tickling, goes back to his base. And we have Vex going in. That was a very perfectly timed flash there, where Vex could not pull up her ult. And this game is looking very interesting so far. Red team being ahead for 4,200 gold onto the blue team. Let's see how they are going to use that in this series. Zach deciding to drop down the rift onto the mid lane. 3 players onto the mid lane versus the Seraph, who has problems with HP and has no mana at this point, but no worries. Your buddy Tarek and Elise are here to escort you to safety. Very well played from the red team, knowing exactly where they're gonna go. Here we have Seraph trying to ult down the Vex. Almost, if all of the shots have hit, that could be a potential kill. Let's see on the top lane. Set being down 2 levels against the Garen, who's level 12. Now let's see what's going to be the focus here. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Jinx and Luna going to the bot lane to farm up. This Zac is here guarding them from a potential Elise visit. Now let's see this matchup on the mid lane. I'm really interested into this one. Vex dropping down her spells. Zac's being right here again. Seraph is flashing out. This is probably the third time in this match that they couldn't pull off a gank onto the mid lane. Here we have Seraph ulting in, trying to get some damage, and the bottom lane came up for a visit onto the mid lane. What's gonna happen next? Elise trying to go in, trying to get a kill on the Vex. Flashes. A lot of summoner spells being used here, and Elise dies, unfortunately, giving the kill to the Vex with a 450 gold bounty. Oh man, Tarek is such a unique champion, let's say. Pretty weird. He has very good skins, voice lines as well. Just look at this character. It just looks so fabulous while he walks around. Look at that. Having a little swimsuit. Life Guardian. Oh man. Riot Games. Okay, let's see top lane. Here we have Seth going in. Throwing the Garrett into the E of the Zac. Here we have another shutdown on the Seraph being picked off by the blue team. There's going to be another kill for the blue team. Zac goes in, says Badoosh, and kills off the Garen. Let's see here, bot lane being under a lot of pressure. Here we see Vex getting a decent amount of damage from the Elise right there. Elise has a very interesting build. Decides to go for penetration. Seraph ulting the Jinx. Jinx barely survived, but used both of her summoner spells to get away from that fight. the lane domination from the red team in this game is also enormous. Both teams playing pretty well. There's 16 games all together so far. Here we have Zach going in. Does not get anything out of that one. A Jinx ult from downtown, which does not get any kills. At least it was gonna happen. Drake is currently up. They know that the blue team is very close to them. We have Garen pushing up the top lane. Here we have Elise walking into them. Is this going to be a kill for the blue team? And that is going to be another kill for the jungler, Angry Slav, on the Zac. Very interesting choice here. The Ziggs ulting away, flashing away. Is this going to be a potential steal? Ooh, getting the jungler pretty low. He still has his passive, so we are good so far. Getting ulted by the Jinx, by the Lulu. Do we have another one? Is this going to be a potential dragon? That's a lot of damage being dropped down onto the Lulu. Is this going to be another kill for the Xerath? And that is it. Ooh, this is very, very interesting to watch. What's going to be done here? Is this going to be another kill for the Xerath? That's a double kill for the Xerath right there, having no mana. And here comes the jungler of the red team, getting this Drake for free, basically. Very interesting how this played out. Xerath having so low on mana, still trying to get off as much damage as possible, gets 2 kills and secures the Drake for his team. This is going to be another kill. Not knowing where the jungler is. Zac got that red buff for free. Mid lane being pushed. Here we have Garen trying to go in onto the Vex, drops the Q with the E combo. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Is this going to be a kill for the Garen? He's going to go for the Vex, and that's another kill for the red team. Is this? I want to see this fight of titans. How is this going to plan out? And that's another kill for the red team. Here we have a double kill from the blue team. Let's go back and see how this played out. We saw that. Let's see what is going to happen here. Here we have an engage from the blue team onto the red team. Excellent cocoon onto the Zac right there. Lulu decides to go away, but unfortunately gets killed off. Finished. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Tarek here face tanking the tower. Ooh, survives with very low health, but the set overestimated. I forgot how to speak. Did not accept the damage, did not. Ooh, very interesting plays here. Getting an ace, that's going to be a free inhibitor on the mid lane for the red team. Popping off this game. Once again, not balance being pretty dominant in this game. 9 kills on the Elise. She's pretty fit. 2-5 on the Seraph. Pretty good, doing pretty well as well. What's going to be the play here? Ziggs having the perfect score of 206, not dying even a single time. And we have the unfortunate Jinx here, who is 0-3 at this very moment. Zac going in, trying to get some damage off, getting stunned by the Taric, gets deleted by the red team. Very unfortunate. That was a very interesting jump in as well. Jumping into the team without hitting your own does not end well in most situations. let's see what is the red team going to do here. They pushed out the whole mid lane in this match. They're going to look into a potential Baron pick, knowing that the Zag currently respawns, or they're going to go off and reset into their bases. This could be a potential trap with the red team. Very interesting approach. Getting heals off from Tarek. Maybe someone is going to go through here. Try to see if they're doing something on the Baron, but the blue team just says, hell no, we're not gonna go anywhere where we don't have eyes. And that is the call. They're going to do the Baron. Knowing for sure that the blue team is not gonna try and again contest this one from them. And that was a pretty quick Baron. The red team getting the Baron here, getting themselves even more ahead. Currently there is a 10,000 gold lead on the red team, getting all that from objectives at the end. Like having an interesting build here, prioritizing crit. Very nice. They're going to prepare themselves for the Drake. Let's see how this is going to look like. Here we have the red team getting their 4th dragon and eventually the soul as well for this match. They get the Cloud Drake soul, which gives them movement speed and cooldown on their ultimates. And the red team is going to look for a potential finish here. Garen going in onto the Lulu. Lulu decides to flash away. The Tarek going to hog some damage from the towers. And that was just a scratch. Is someone throwing newspapers at me? Here we have Zack going in. Zack deciding to ult. That ult is pretty broken. You cannot die from it. Here comes Psyche not getting into the fountain. Ooh, this was very nice. And that is going to be another win for the red team. Trying to go in. Ooh, maybe not. They're getting pretty low. We have Jinx dishing out some damage. Ooh, this was a lot of damage, but unfortunately she got CC'd by the Zag. Not being able to get a kill off. Here we have Zeraf in a fight. Who's gonna get it? Ooh, this was a very nice E from the set right there. And the blue team barely managed to defend that off, losing both of their towers on the inhibitor, losing the bottom lane inhibitor as well, 2 towers. So this is going to be a very difficult mission to defend that from the ongoing rampage of the red team. Let's see what's going to be the call to do here on the red team to secure the 2nd game of today into their pockets. Let's see what's going to be done. Here comes Garen. Having a lot of movement speed, sees the Jinx, knows that probably she does not have any flash, but decides to back off since she is pretty fast. Yes, that's right, the red team taking all the resources that they can from the blue team, giving them no chance to get back into this game, being in a 11,000 gold deficit at this point. Here we have the Elise trying to get a quick pick onto the Jinx, and is this going to be a kill? Yes, and it's going to be done by the Seraph, who used artillery from far away. Tarek being... That's a very good stun. Is this going to be a potential kill? He has been put on CD. Another stun onto the set, trying to run away. Ooh, that was very unfortunate. The minion blocking the stun there, taking the mid lane inhibitor, and this could be the final push for this match. How is this going to look like? We have Garen going in, Tarek dropping down the ulti. So far here we have Tarek securing that his team is gonna survive. Goes for the backline here. Ooh, that's a deletion onto the support, unfortunately. Zed trying his best to try and fend this team off, not to prolong the advance of the red team. Going on to the AD carry, gets deleted. As was played very poorly by the red team, with the Elise flashing in, not being able to pick off the Jinx. So let's see what's going to be done here. They have one player down on the blue team. That's a very nice flash. Is that going to be a kill for the red team? It is. What's going to be done here? Elise going in. Gets deleted, basically. Lulu using the ult right there, securing that his bait layer is not gonna go under the dirt. Let's see what's gonna happen here. The red team is going to need some help pushing out this lane, since they're missing a lot of attack damage. They're mostly ability power focused, so it's pretty hard for them to push this and get a win. What's going to be the call? The blue team is going to be focused heavily on clearing out their base with the 2 destroyed inhibitors. This could be a quick Baron for the red team, which is going to help them push this and advance, give them the second win in this series. Let's see what's going to be the focus. Just getting a nice blue buff into his arsenal so he can spam his abilities more. If we have Tarek dropping down some wards to the Baron to be sure that the blue team is not doing it. And this is the Elder Dragon. Let's see who's going to get that. This dragon is pretty broken, since it gives you the ability to basically finish off low HP enemies. And here we have the blue team going in onto the red team. Very, very good ult from the Tarek, and that is a shutdown on the Lulu and the Jinx. Here we have just the Zac trying to survive for a bit, and this was a complete deletion from the red team. Very well played. Tarek threw down a very big ulti there, shielding all of his allies, and the enemy could not be able to finish them off. Here we have a TP from the Garen, who decides to finish off this game once and for all, and that is going to be game number 2 for Team Not Balanced. This was very well played from both teams. At the end, the blue team had an unfortunate misplay there, that they fought them in a pretty tight corner, where the Tarek was able to pull off a very good, very big ulti, saving his entire team and securing them the win. Most damage has been dealt out by the Xerath with 44,000 damage in this match. Very well played from this team so far. Let's see. We're gonna make another one, ask the players if they're going to take a quick water break, and we can start off with the third and last game of this series. Let's invite the players once again. Let's see, I think that we ran into some issues. Well, guys, it looks like the third game could have been a forfeit. Yes, that is right. The Yonkel Diff team decided to forfeit the third game since they're already losing 2-0. Let's give a quick call to both of the players, team captains.
Yo,
Here we have the first team captain of Team Not Balance. Congratulations, Luca. You are the first winners of our first ever internal Assist Digital Championship. How do you feel winning 2 games? Actually, winning all the games in this tournament so far.
actually, it feels kind of great. Feels kind of great, even though it was all just fun and jokes with colleagues. We all enjoyed it very much. We all had a lot of fun together. Just contesting each other, seeing what we play. The last game was kind of just for the lols. The last 10 minutes. However, everything in good faith, of course. And yeah, it was great. It was a great journey. Very enjoyable to be a part of this project. And thank you so much for making this a reality, Dodo.
Pleasure's all mine. I'm also very grateful for all the players who participated in this very first tournament that we ever have, like a bit of a taste into esports. Let's see the comments of Fat Child Cookie. I also invited him into this lobby, but currently he is not answering my calls. Let me see, where is the team captain of Yonkel Diff? We would also like to hear from him in this stage. Can you maybe help with that, Luca?
Yeah, sure thing. Let me just send him a message over here. He's probably just taking a couple of breaths after these 2 games. It's. I mean, I know it's hard, right?
Drowning in tears, how you could say.
Yeah, exactly. He has to, mentally get relaxed again.
Here we have a comment from Matt the Fire, who plays for Team Yonkel, that he's dead, he died. That's a bit dark, unfortunately. But let's give Fetcha Cookie a bit of time.
Yeah, sure
so he
thing, sure
can
thing.
Come here.
Honestly, these 2 games during the tournament, internally, like from our side on, we were pretty worried about everything because our runes were still left from the Arium game beforehand. Oh, and Fetchal Cookie is here. What's up?
Thank you very much for informing me that there's a losers interview. Very good organization, and for throwing us under the bus and saying that we forfeit the third game, although the deal was it's a best of 3. I would also like to thank the organizer for organizing this tournament. It was a really fun time for us all. It was all in great sportsmanship. I would like to congratulate the winning team. They destroyed the whole tournament, and especially the team captain and their jungler, the other Luca. They were playing really great. They were almost single-handedly carrying all the games. And yeah, that's about it for me. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank you so much for flashing away from my cocoons the entire game. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, he has to respect you. He has to respect your damage. Thank you so much for the nice comments, Fatchal Cookie. I hope to see you again in our further tournament. There we go, guys. We are at the end of our journey in this internal championship. Once again, congratulations towards the Team Not Balance for winning this tournament. The prize is going to be handed to you in this week. Preferably, if all of you can come into the office tomorrow, it's going to be handed out to you by me. We're also going to take some pictures and celebrate your victory in this series. Is there anything else you would like to add to this stream, Luca, before we call it a day?
Well, see you tomorrow, right? Can't wait to see everybody in person. Finally, congratulate each other and just having a great time tomorrow.
Wonderful, wonderfully said. Thank you so much, Luca, for joining me in this journey of ours. Thank you so much, guys, for watching us through all of these 3 days. I wish you a wonderful rest of the night, and we will see you next time